Hello! Oh my gosh, you guys, it's June. Can you believe it? Like we made it here. It's such a blur these last few months, but it's getting bright. So happy June 1st and happy Monday. We're gonna do the Saints and Angel cards. For those of you who grew up religious, you might like these. They were very comforting for me when I first got them. I was like, oh, there's mysticism and there's people like me in the Bible. There's people that do energy work and are mystics. You just gotta look for them. So that's what these cards helped with. Quick announcement, we have a bunch of freebies, you guys, like cool new freebies. I hope you test them out, use them for yourself. Just go to my link in bio and you will find all those different freebies. Check them out and let me know your experience with them. I always love hearing from you because some of them are healings. Also, if you're feeling a little weird, let me know because that's what they do. So thanks for being here with me and let's do our cards. Ask yourself a question. I'm gonna pick 2 cards. You're gonna decide if your question goes with card number 1 or card number 2, okay? If your answer is in card number 1 or card number 2. So go ahead and make that decision now. Okay, all right, card number 1. Faith. Do we have 2 cards? No, just one thick card. I feel like there's 2 cards. 1 card. Doesn't that happen to you guys sometimes? Okay, faith. So obviously she's about to leap. If you can see, she's like off an edge and she's about to take a leap. So those of you who are thinking like, should I or should I not? This is a good sign of go for it, like take that leap. You know, of course, try to be aware and protected as possible, but to have some, and then if you make that leap, not only, you know, taking the leap, but once you make that leap, really believing and trusting that it's going to work. And as you have that good mindset, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have to tweak some things or pivot every once in a while, but as you have that mindset, you kind of are receiving a lot of assistance and guidance, and it's not being resisted. It's not being blocked by your fear. So if you make that decision to leap, once you make it, you have to believe that it's going to work. If you make it and then you're like doubtful and fearful, that fear is actually blocking you from the guidance. It's kind of like you're running a marathon and your head's like, oh my gosh, there's no water. I'm dying. Like I don't have any water. It's kind of almost like that fear is blocking you from seeing all the people on the sidelines that are trying to offer you water. So if you make this leap, and it's also just a sign that it is a good time to leap, make sure that you can only make that decision by believing like, you know what, this is going to work out in my highest and greatest good. And that means that it's going to work out in your highest and greatest good, not in the way that you want it to, right? Because we always have our own agendas and we want to control the situation. But this is more like, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to take this chance and I'm going to see where it's going to take me. I'm going to do my best to know that it's going to work for me and have some faith. But I'm also going to be open to what the guidance is trying to tell me to do, okay? So that's what this card's about, faith, trusting, believing, okay? Cool. Card number 2. Saint Joan of Arc, you're a leader. You are a leader. Beautiful. Okay, so this card is about, taking charge of the situation. These cards are kind of playing off of each other today, actually. So this is really about like, what is it that you want? Making sure that you're not necessarily controlling, but like you're going all in, that you're like really putting yourself into it and you're really like, okay, I'm gonna get my hands dirty. I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna move into it. This is also an idea of like, as a leader, like how are you doing a good job of what kind of a leader do you want to be? What kind of an example do you want to set? Are you doing a good job at that? So that's one of the meanings here. And that can be like leader in your family, leader in your friends, leader at work, whatever that may be. This is also about understanding that you are being called to lead. So this is also about like no longer allowing yourself to be the follower or to be the doubtful person or to be the scared person, that you're actually being like put up, like you're being promoted to being that leader. And it's because like you are ready. So really making sure that you are carrying yourself with leader qualities, right? That you're not being doubtful, that you're not being scared, or you're not like in bad habits or not being consistent or anything like that, that you are actually living according to leader qualities. So making sure that you are living as a leader of your own life, and not just like, following, like this is like a promotion. So making sure you're living that way. There's one thing that they were saying, it's also like the balance of the leader. So a leader is not like, I'm going to control everybody and I'm not going to tell everybody what to do. If you notice, like she's asking for guidance as a leader. So she's kind of being like, and she's, kneeling down. So she's like a servant leader. So she's saying like, it's kind of like, I lead a crowd, but I'm in charge of that crowd. Like I have to care for them, and I have to listen to, listen to what they need of me. But then of course, like having, proper boundaries, but at the same time leading by receiving guidance and being brave about going through the process, even when you can't see all the steps. So this is definitely like, she's already on her journey, but it doesn't mean that she's always going to see every single step. It just means that she starts walking through those steps with courage and knowing that like she is going to be guided through these steps. Even if all she can see is like step 1 and 2, she may want to see step 100, but they're not showing it to her yet. But she courageously takes step 1 and step 2, and she knows that the rest of the steps are going to show them to her. So leading in a way that with faith, like kind of like this blind faith of like, I'm going to lead, I'm going to go forward, even though I'm not really sure how this is all going to pan. And I'm going to be connected. So the 2 cards are kind of similar, you guys, but in a different way. This is definitely like a promotion. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy this June 1st day, and I'll see you later this week.